Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis call in preparation for trading on July 21st, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. Trading is a risky business. And if you have questions, trading is a risky business and this is for education purposes only. I am not offering any specific trading advice. If you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. All right, so let's start off by taking a look at our calendar as usual here. The big theme today was the central banks. First, we have Bank of Japan, who came out and basically they said they are going to keep the policy as is. So that was as expected. They're not changing anything. They're going to stay with the monetary policy. They are thinking that they may have problems with inflation. So as a result, they're going to stay the way they are. So no changes there. With the ECB, it was a bit of a combination. So they said that they are planning on keeping the interest rates low even after their QE program is done, which is supposed to end in 2017, later in the year. One thing that they did say was, or Draghi said that they're going to start talking about their asset purchase program, about tapering it off. So that's what caused the euro to be bullish. So I don't think Draghi was actually trying to be hawkish. I think it was that they would be concerned about, or they should already be concerned about euro being a little expensive. Nobody really wants to their currency to be that expensive because Europe exports a lot of stuff. So if euro is very expensive, then the exports become expensive. As a result, the central banks are kind of trying to control their exchange rate. So with this one here, I think it wasn't his intention to be bullish, but the market took it as bullish. What he basically said was in the fall, they are going to start looking at the monetary policy, tapering it off, and that's what caused the euro to go up. We also have negative news out of the US, which was to do with more scandals around, didn't mean to be looking at pictures of my house. I was going to open Bloomberg. Sorry, here we go. Okay, so we have this whole political situation with Trump. There's more scandals around Russia and the whole, how much influence it had on the elections and so forth. So that the political risk has kind of increased on that. And so that was not good for the dollar. And then combine that with the euro, comments from Draghi. So that basically caused the US dollar to drop, and the euro, of course, went up higher. And everything, even though it looked like it was going to drop, everything went up higher. So another thing to bear in mind, and I have been commenting on this for a little while, but we haven't actually talked about it. Summer months are kind of like Christmas months where liquidity is low. So a lot of the hedge fund managers, the big guys, actually take time off. And in Europe, they even take the whole month of August off. So in the summer, more of the, I don't want to say younger trader, but more of the what's the right word? Not exactly the novice trader. They are trained, but they're the junior traders. That's the right word. Okay, more of the junior traders are in charge. And also, especially if the large orders go through, it's going to create a market-wide impact. So those are the two things to keep in mind. Low liquidity, which means prices can move a lot. So it doesn't matter what direction, it tends to sort of move the needle a lot. Keep that in mind. And secondly, it's also the junior traders in charge. So the trading is slightly different over the summer months. And as we get back into September, when more liquidity picks up, things would be a bit different. All right, so let's take a look at Forex. Just wanted to look at FX Pro here. So nothing else. So another thing that That's kind of going on in the background. That is not having as large an impact right now, but it did a couple of years ago, is around Greece. So Greece almost went bankrupt. Maybe that's not the best way to put it, but they basically needed funding. They needed to get out of debt, or they needed more debt to kind of run the country. And now IMF had given them money. Now they are back at that place where they need more money, and that has been going on in the background. So um, so they've been trying to work out a deal. So that's kind of in the background. Just keep that in mind. It's not having a big impact right now. IMF is giving them more money. So here is the 1.8 billion conditional loan to Greece. The big thing was the whole Greek referendum and stuff. So anyway, so this is not a big deal at the moment, but at some point it could become a big deal. So that's why I wanted to make sure we sort of keep an eye out for that. So here is the ECB, what happened with ECB. So what Draghi was saying, that officials aren't there yet in terms of tapering the stimulus, so taking stimulus away, and they're going to take until, so they're going to start the talks in autumn or fall when they are going to talk about it. So that's the two big things that are going on. So I think that's enough about fundamentals. Let's move on to the chart. So US dollar took a big hit today. So here, this is what we had talked, we're looking at Euro US dollar daily chart here. So yesterday we had talked about how even though Euro had pulled back, but it was still bullish if it couldn't break this level here, 114.80-ish level. And as we can see, price pulled into that level and then shot up. So this is, and it broke the high here. So this makes it very, very bullish. So it's kind of like this break up here. So that's a big break to the upside. And now, as a result, we are bullish on this. We are looking for a pullback. So good level for pullback would be this 115.80 level. And again, we're looking for one of these moves to the upside. So bullish on this. Good level to look for a potential long would be 1.1580, or even lower into 1.1557-ish level. So we'll mark the 1580 as our potential level for a long. As you can see, it came back right into to test this level here and pushed off, broke the high, pulled back, broke the high here, and then we are just pulling back. So we'll see how much it pulls back. If the first level would be here, 1620, or even the 1600 level will sort of act as a as a support here. The second level would be 115.80. Here we are. So this 1580 level is a good level. I like it because it's also it's a pivot point level as well as a strong support level, which came from a strong resistance level. So resistance here becomes support. So that's a good level for a potential long trade. All right, let's take a look at pound. Pound is starting to come under pressure again. So we did see this big move up in the British pound, and we had talked about, I think it was a few days ago, about how UK may be coming into pressure because of the Brexit talks reviving. And that's where we are at right now, even though Bank of England was a little bit hawkish. The CPI numbers did not come out as strong, and now we are bearish on this. Yesterday it broke down here. Now we are bearish on this. First level, again, we're looking for a bottom of this. So 129.35 will be the level to look at, and then 129.00, but we could come all the way into 128.80. So this will be the level to the downside. So this was a pair that I was looking to short today, and the trade was really in the London session, wasn't in the US session. It pushed up with the US selling, but this one I do like it. So actually, one thing we missed was tomorrow's news. let's take a look because I'm interested in shorting that. So there's nothing, there is public sector borrowing, but nothing much going on. So I am certainly, I like this one. I'm interested in shorting it. So see how it's holding this level? I like that. I like that it's staying below the pivot level. It's looking to move lower here. So, okay, so we may have a potential trade there. We'll take a look. This is exactly what CAD did, dollar CAD. Remember we were talking about it yesterday? This is what dollar CAD was doing, and then it just, I just kept on going lower yesterday. So I'll come back to that in a little bit after our call here. This one here is neutral now, so we're not as bullish. So yesterday we were bullish, it came down, went up, came down. Now it's closed very, very in a very neutral way. In this one, so if we get a bearish candle here, so this will be like an evening star formation. Then we're looking for price to move lower from there. So this is very neutral. It can go either way at this point. Looks like it wants to move lower. And in terms of our news here, with the calendar, we do have RBA Assistant Governor DeBell speaking, but not a ton of news. So this looks like we could get a this looks like a double top, so we could get a move lower. So another pair we need to look at, but this is neutral again. This is not dovish, sorry, not bearish at the moment. So in this case, we could get a pullback into this 7,900 level. That will be the first profit target. If it does get through that, then the second one after that would be this one right here, so 78.80. And then after that, the third one, I don't expect it to go all the way down here tomorrow, but this is the next one, 78.38. So that's what it looks like. So neutral. New Zealand dollar, very bullish here. So this finally broke above, and this is what we had talked about. It was sitting up here, and it was sitting up above this level. So today it broke through. Now we are bullish on this. So we're looking for a pullback. This is our typical pullback and go higher trade. So that's what we would be looking for. So if Aussie starts to move lower, New Zealand starts to go higher, then we are looking for an Aussie New Zealand short. So that's a trade we should look at. I don't see, I see it's going lower. So let me see if I have a better, that's a short. That's a short here. That's a very bearish engulfing candle. And let me see if I have a better chart for this without the, okay, I'm not seeing a chart for Aussie New Zealand. Okay, so this looks bearish. Our target here would be into this one here, 106.80 level. Okay, so going back to New Zealand here, this looks bullish. Next target for New Zealand would be this one up top here, 74.80. So that's our target to the upside. So bullish on this, looking for a pullback into this 73.70 area, or it may even be into 73.80 area, and then looking for another move higher. Dollar CAD here, so dollar CAD looks similar to Aussie. So we did get that move to the downside, but since then it has pulled back. And now see how the move was quite, it looked like an expanding move here. So it was kind of kept on going lower. Now it's starting to sort of curve here. So this is our typical compressed move. So once we go here, so now we could see a test of this level and then a pullback up. So this again, just like the Aussie, could go in either direction. So we could get a double bottom and then a move to the upside and one of these moves. So that's what we need to watch out for in this one. It may start turning at this point. So about the Canadian dollar, one of the things that will play a role in this are the NAFTA discussions or negotiations. That's been in the news again over the last few days. So as we get, President Trump has appointed an ambassador to Canada. Now the NAFTA will kind of come back in focus. So that's where I believe US dollar against dollar CAD here can start going up because it will be negative for Canadian dollar. Chances are Canada will see more duties as a result of NAFTA renegotiation. It will not be as positive for Canada, which means Canadian dollar is likely to drop in that situation. So that's so that's just from the fundamentals perspective, but we're still looking for a double bottom. So the level we'd be watching would be 1.2540-ish level, looking for price to come down into this level and then go up from there. But this is neutral. So if it breaks down though, then we are still going to continue looking towards our next level, which will be 125.30 area and then 124.60-ish area. So this is very neutral. We'll be open to trading it both ways. So this is our 4 hour, and looking at the 1 hour, as you can see over the last few days, the trade hasn't been expanding as much. It's just been sort of trading lower, but it hasn't had the momentum that it did before this. So 125.40 would be a potential level to watch. If it holds above, then it's likely to go higher. If it breaks through, then we're looking for a further move downwards. Okay, Euro Swiss here, we are into the highs. Range bound trade, we've stayed in this range for quite some time. Once we get to 110.75 area here, we could look for a potential drop here, and if it breaks through, then we're looking for a pullback into this 110.75 level and a move to the upside. So this will be the level we are going to watch for this trade. So we're looking to sell at 10.75. Unless it breaks through, then we're looking to buy at that. So this is range bound. Euro yen here, we have had a big close to the upside. It broke out of this range that it was in. Now we are looking for another move to the upside, and in this case the target would be 130.80-ish level. Yeah, so let's say 130, and we're looking for a pullback into 129.72 or 80 level, a pullback and then a move to the upside. So this is sort of what we are expecting with this. So Euro yen bullish. Pound Swiss had a big drop, and this is still bearish. Now we are looking for a further move to the downside, and the target here would be 122.50 level. This right here, that's what we're looking at. It's not pulling back right now, but we could get a pullback into potentially into 123.60 level, or into that feels a little deep. So this one right here, so that's 123.77, so 123.80 level. So pullback and a drop here. So this is bearish. Pound Swiss. Pound yen is bearish as well. We were looking for it at this level, 145.28 level yesterday. It has broken through it, and now it looks bearish. So the first target is 144.67, and then the next one would be 144.20. So that's the next target to the downside. That is bearish. Dollar Swiss, a big move we had. It went all the way up, dropped down all the way, and now we are bearish on this, but we could get a pullback even into 95.50 level into here. And the next target, we're kind of running out of room here, so this is all open. So 94.99, so 94.50 here. That will be the next target to the downside. That looks bearish though. That's a big rejection, but because it is a big move, we could get a pullback into 95.50 here and then a drop further. Dollar yen, very, very neutral. May not be the best one to look at. So that's very neutral close. Euro pound, huge move to the upside, and this still looks bullish because we have Here we go. So 90.50 is the next target to the upside here. This is definitely bullish. We have broken out of this level. Now we are moving up higher. Euro is definitely bullish, whereas pound is bearish at this moment. That's why euro pound looks bullish. So the next target, like I said, 90.50 will be the next target to the upside. Euro Aussie here. Euro Aussie has turned around a bit today. So this is a very bullish. We had talked about yesterday how if ECB comes in as hawkish, we may see, and Aussie has been extended quite a bit now, so we may start to see that turnaround. And so that's what we are witnessing right now, bullish engulfing candle here. So that looks very bullish. Now we're looking for a further move up. So next target here would be 1.4700, and after that we are looking at 14800 approximately. So 4,700 will be the first target to the upside. Any questions? Anything else to look at? All right. So if not, we will call it a wrap. And I may issue a trade here. The two trades that I like are, one is the Aussie short. These are the trades we took earlier before the volatility hit. So I like the Aussie short and I like the pound short. So I'm going to take a look at the charts and see which one we want to go in here, or if we want to go into any of the longs. All right, so we'll call it a wrap, and I will see you guys later. Have a good night.